tonight. We have got a full grid as well tonight, which is all good. And joining me again in the commentary box, we have Mr. Ben Hazelwood. Good evening, Ben.
Good evening. You were definitely not wrong about last week's race being a cracker. I'm most certainly looking forward to this one being one of my favourite tracks as well, so it'd be good to see what entertainment these guys bring.
Yes, indeed. And we had practice here on Thursday night. Definitely a few drivers there with some great speed. Steve Harris is looking pretty strong, finished on the podium in Australia. Kyle Maybon as well, looking pretty strong in the practice session. But who knows, there could be a dark horse coming through as well. There are a few drivers who didn't come to the practice session who I think could be pretty quick tonight. And a few driver changes just to go through very, very quickly. We have got a few drivers who aren't here this evening for this race. So we've got a couple of brand new drivers in the lobby. We've got Noodleneck in the Racing Point as a brand new driver. Lewis, he did race last week as a reserve, but he's now got that full-time seat in the Racing Point. So well done, Lewis. He's got that full-time seat up and running and won the race as well last week. So I think he definitely deserves that one. Aaron Marr 04 in the Ferrari, his first ever race as well. So keep an eye out for him. Melina Coach in the McLaren, another new driver. Brought in quite last minute, but he was in the practice session on Thursday and showed some pretty good pace as well. So he's got his opportunity tonight. Subs UK isn't racing tonight, so he's got his opportunity in the McLaren. A Real Joker is in the Williams as well. He too was a reserve last week. He's now got a full-time seat. Also, White African has been moved from the Williams to the Alfa Romeo as well after his performance last week. And Bailey is in the other McLaren as well. He is the other reserve driver. So, here we go into Q1. 18 minutes. For Q1, we lose the slowest 5 drivers.
Instead, we've got full grid, so we're actually going to lose a full 5.
We are, yes.
Oh, yes. Come on, boys. Yeah, Lewis definitely been out of stellar. Back himself.
Yeah, he had a great race last week and showed some great tyre management as well. He did 26 laps on the set of hard tyres from the beginning right to the end, so he did very, very well with that.
People will also be looking for a good weekend. Incidences.
Certainly will. And just to a reminder, anyone who does tune in into the Twitch chat, me and Ben will be keeping an eye on that throughout the race. So any questions or comments, leave them in the Twitch chat, and we'll get to as many as we can throughout the race.
Our 10 viewers already on board with us.
There are indeed. Great to see. Great to have you all along. So yes, any questions or comments, leave them in the Twitch chat, and as I said, we'll get to as many as we can throughout the race. So Q1, I'll do an on-board lap. I did do one on Thursday, but we'll try and do another on-board lap for anyone who missed that. And Kyle Maybon, Aaron for pole.
Aaron
just trying to take pressure off himself there.
Yeah.
Because the practice on Thursday, Steve Harris was the quickest, just about from Kyle. Very, very close between them. And Kai Wildy was third. They were the top 3 from practice.
We can
White African Stevie.
Sorry, if we can kindly get a nice weather report from one of our drivers as well. It's looking clear this evening under the bright lights at the moment, but the race would always be nice to know what we get there. Just been deafened by a Williams leaving the garage. That was really loud in my ear, I'm not going to lie. lower that down a little bit.
So I think it'll be a bit of a shock if you have any rain here. I don't think I've ever seen a wet race at Bahrain.
We are sponsored by Codemasters, so
That's very
I'm going
true.
to assume. Well, we've got 2 drivers out on the mediums now. When I see that, that's a sign of rain. This is why I asked. So,
Yes. Well, they might be a bit confident of their time or their speed.
yeah, possibly
Save
yeah.
a set of softs later on.
Also that option.
So we have. I'll try and do an onboard lap with Steve. Now, last week I did this and they immediately invalidated. So I hope that doesn't happen. But Steve is the first car out on track. So no pressure, Steve. But I'm going to give you the ride on board with you as you do your first lap and let everyone on the street see this racetrack. So here we go. Steve now comes through the last corner. And across the line, the DRS zone is there. He goes across the line, building up with the DRS wide open to well over 200 miles an hour. And then you brake as late as you dare, over 205 miles an hour down to the second gear, 45 miles an hour for turn 1. Turn 2 and 3, absolutely flat acceleration zone. Second DRS zone there, building up again to about 195 miles an hour. Brake down to third gear, 75 for the apex of turn 4. Immediately on the throttle again. This little flick is turn 5, then look at this high speed chicane turn 6, 110 in the first part, 140 in the second. Drop downhill to turn 8, slowest corner on the circuit, 50 miles an hour. Here we bring it over to the right hand side, this very tricky braking zone through 9 and 10, 175 on the way in, and then down to just 45, so that's the slowest corner on the circuit, probably is. Third DRS zone here along this back straight. And with the DRS open here in qualifying, again not far away from 200 miles an hour into turn 11, 90 miles an hour, turn 12 flat, then into the right of turn 13. Avoid the curb on the right hand side, it will spin the car around, Steve a little bit wide there. Then into turn 14, 85 miles an hour on the apex of there. And then again build up the speed, the track starts to drop back downhill for the last corner. Again approaching 200 miles an hour, you break down into third gear, 80 miles an hour, and then that is actually counted as a corner as well, a little right hand flick, and then across the line, and Steve Harris, first one to set a lap time, and he does a 1:27.2, and immediately beaten by Lewis.
Yeah, and look at the time though, straight away, 1:27.9, 1:27.6, and then Carl now with a 1:27.9, but Steve lost a lot of time in sector 3. He, as you said, went extremely wide on that curve, but that looked like a really nice. Can get all away from them. 1:26.4. Wow.
1:26.4. That's a great lap time. They were knocking on the door of 1:25s in practice, so you never know what they might be able to come out with. Here's Manrock as well.
Yeah, I've just jumped on board with
Ferrari. What can he do? He was looking pretty fast in Australia.
Oh, he's gone wise. I'm surprised the game still let him keep his time. He lost a lot of time actually by going quite that wide on off of the circuit. He's on the DRS. Still,
Back off for a second.
I would like to have known what his time would have been out that time loss. My screen is still telling me that fastest lap is Lewis. You know it comes up on the bottom.
Yes, yeah,
Bill
mine's doing exactly the same thing. Oh, and there's a spin up. White African spun coming out of turn 10 onto the back
I was
straight.
looking for a Williams course. Now he's in the Alfa Romeo. I've got to look for that one. Yeah, he still kept his wing.
He has. They managed to keep it away. But who else is there? Real jokers. Let's have a look. Someone's just jumped in sometimes. Spikey's gone 6. He goes 11th in the racing point.
Yeah, splitting strategy there for Williams because his teammate is currently P1 mediums. A few drivers
So
set
what
times
he's
though.
lost a lot of time. So does he have the fuel to do another lap? Or is
Go for it.
he... So he obviously does have the fuel to do another lap. So let's see what he can do this time.
The car a lot. In there, yeah, he's definitely going to be quicker than his previous lap times. We should okay here. We also have Dabby on that Mercedes, so keep an eye on that as well. We have confirmation it is a right race. Bubble sector 2 from White Africa. Interesting. Went down. Home straight. All along. Put him P11 with a 128.3, so he definitely improves.
Sorry, my microphone was playing up there. I'm back.
It certainly was, mate. I got deafened at one point, but so I will, I'll carry on. I don't know what his connections was. But yeah, White Africa improved. Went to P11. Dabby in the Mercedes is now coming down the home straight towards the DRS. So now, what's he going to set? He was purple.
Just behind.
4.
Yeah, I did try and save it. Obviously, didn't come through. I spoke to him very briefly on Thursday. He didn't take part in qualifying. There were some technical issues with the lobby, so he couldn't actually join. But he reckons he's going to be up there with the quickest drivers, is what he said to me on Thursday. So, well, he's proven it already on his first lap, right up there, 126.4.
Definitely. We have 23 umbrella. I'll never get this right. I'm sorry, but he only goes P11. But that was looking like a nice lap time.
Not looking too bad. Let's see. JDM is on a lap as well. Aaron Mars gone
shot up from the bottom. I couldn't. Is that who it was?
16. And JDM's gone up to 4th.
JDM up to 4th. So just Bailey has set time, and he is staying in the pits. I think he feels like he probably has enough pace just to do the 1 lap run, maybe. Showed quite some nice pace this weekend. No, Codemasters. Lewis does not have the fastest lap of the race. Can you stop telling me this?
Yeah, anyway, I've lost that graphic on the screen. but now I've got no graphics.
Oh, I know what I do. Oh, now I've got it as Miss Brown. And enable everything back again. About Matt.
Hello?
Like, get rid of everything on your screen and then it'll back up again. It goes straight again.
Right, okay, I'll try that.
Mr. Bowman, yeah, 126.409. Currently our pole sitter.
But again, we said this last week, didn't we? Look how close the times are. Half a second covering the top 5. I don't think they'll all be pushing to the absolute limit here in Q1, just trying to get through. But half a second between the top 5, that's very, very close.
Yeah. And this is only Q1 as well, so...
Yeah, and I think a lot of drivers can go quite a lot quicker here. I think Carl Maybon's got a lot to find. Yeah, I think Spikey can go a bit quicker. Steve, I don't think done his ultimate lap time yet either, so I think we could have a few more jumping up there yet.
Still got Real Joker in P18. He runner needs to improve by almost second. He wants to get out.
Yeah, and he's still out on track as well, amazingly. So
yeah, he is. Yeah.
So
I am just on board with him.
Find something on those.
Very low on fuel.
Yeah, so maybe he Well, we still just under 7 minutes to go in this Q1, so we've still got enough time to get in and get another set of tyres on, but not a massive amount of time. Yes, Bailey has got a qualifying ban. I did know that. So that's why he's out.
I didn't.
Out on track. Yeah, I totally
I
forgot
should
about
look at that.
Yeah, Bailey's got a qualifying ban, so he's not going to be. He's going to be signing at the back. Cheers, Steve, for reminding me of that.
Make a suggestion, because obviously I don't know what your rules are on qualifying bans, but it doesn't out and in lap because it doesn't register the setups properly.
I think they can change the setup, but I don't think they can do an outlap.
Oh, he can is what we have discovered. Qualifying bans. I've put my setup on, and then I've sat in the garage, and then when it's actually come to the race, that setup that I put on wasn't locked in. So it's what we were doing is go out and then straight back in, and it registers the setup locking to the car.
All right. Okay.
Obviously, I know he can load setups, but just in case someone ready with it, it's little precautions, if you know what I mean. But I don't know.
Miss Bowman, by the way,
he's not
gone out on the
retired,
same set of tyres he went out on before, and he's just gone a couple of tenths quicker. So 1:26.2 from him. So I reckon we can get into the 25s quite easily here from pole position. If they're already in the low 26s here. And it's all about tyre wear around here as well, isn't it, for the race? I think there'll be a few drivers trying to get through on the medium tyres in Q2. Do you think, Ben?
Yeah, it's a tricky one because you can be good. Because a lot of it is straight lines, but if you spin on any of these curbs, that's going to take a lot of the tyre life out.
Yeah, and it's mainly the left tyre, isn't it? Because it's turn 13 is the one that really.
I find, yes, yeah, I find the hards work quite here as well because of the higher temperatures, but might just be my driving style. A lot of people do say they don't like the hard tyre, but I personally do.
And meanwhile, Carl Maybog has gone quick. As I said, he had a bit more time. He went out on the original tyres as well, and he's done a 1:26.1 to go quickest. Jack Thompson's doing quite well in the Haas. We saw him a little bit struggling for pace in Australia, but he's right up there in the top 10 at the moment. He's 9th position on a 1:27.8. So he's doing a good job. Let's have a look at those.
Somebody just knocked him down to
10. That will be White African has jumped up. White African jumped up into 9th.
I was on board with Needle. He unfortunately invalidated, but he is one of the eliminators of this round.
Yeah, Real Jokers obviously can hear you because he's gone out on a set of softs with 3.5 minutes to go. It's Noodle Neck, Aaron Marr, Real Joker and Miss Upson. They are the cars in the danger zone at the moment. Aaron Marr has improved but not enough. He remains in 16th position. Let's see what Real Joker's doing. He's starting his lap in Williams. Miss Upson still in the pits. So running out leaving time for him. At the Ninja's car on the edge at the moment in 15th. But he's fantastic and competitive, isn't it, this Ben? I mean, from all these drivers brand new to the league, but it's fantastically close between them all.
It's good because you've got all the top of the grid, which are really close. And then even the back of the grid, it's only still separated from the top by 3 seconds at most. So when it comes to the race, we've got battles up and down the whole field. And that's what you don't just want to be watching P1, P2 for the whole race because they're the ones that are having the battles. You want to sit with everybody. They're all here to do one thing and one thing only, race each other.
And Noodle Neck's gone up to 7.
Oh wow, he'll be happy with that.
Yeah, so that's knocked Aqua Ninjas out. He's going to have to get out now if he's going to go. And Real Joker is on a good lap. He's improving. He's gone off. Oh, how did that not disallow the lap?
Oh, but is the Ferrari unintentionally just giving him a toe or getting it looks? Oh,
well, I think that
decision,
might.
But
I think it's Aaron Marr, and was also on a lap. I think so. It's
yeah.
But Real Joker moves up to 10. So So he's safely through at the moment. Aqua Ninjas, I think he's listening to me because he has gone out in the Williams.
And yeah, 23rd Nebula sort of would want to go now as well. There we go.
Yeah,
It's
he's
flicked
out.
to outlap, so
Missed Upston is
he's
out.
like, oh dear.
Yeah, so both Red Bulls are out on track at the moment. They're both in the drop zone. Molina coach is out as well. He's 15th. Let's see how he gets on. Ross is on a lap as well. He's on a 10th quicker in the first sector. Molina coach has found a 10th in the middle sector.
Yeah, he's going to move up. Oh, one.
But look at that. There's a 1/10 of a second covering 12th to 15th. It's so close in there. Ross is out on a lap, and he's just going to come through the middle sector.
He's up 100,000 of a second.
He is at the moment. Let's see what his middle sector like. He's 3/10 up.
Ooh.
So this might just get him through. This will be knocking on the door of the top 10.
Ninja's just in front of him, I believe it is. So he's going to get a lovely tow down the straight because he's just about to start his hot lap.
Yeah, and the two Red Bulls.
Or is it Joker?
Touch and go as well as they get around it.
And Ross, P10. Wow.
Yeah, good lap.
Grabbed that slipstream off of Aqua Ninjas. Very sneaky, but congratulations on grabbing it. So Aqua's obviously now is on his hot laps.
Yeah, Aaron Murray's
ready.
Out. He is out qualifying because he's still in the pit. So we have our first two out. 23rd Nebula's on a lap as well. So this is gonna be close. I wasn't expecting it to be this close at this end of the field, I've got to say, but it really is. This is great. Lap times coming through. But right, the session is now over. Anybody still on their lap can finish it.
So that would be, I was just about to say Molina, as he crosses the line for P8, so he's out of the drop zone. So
yeah, the Spike
Nebula,
one at
Aqua.
That'd be a bit of a surprise.
Mist Upton is also the lead car of the Red Bulls.
He's 4/10 up in the first sector. He's leading there.
Yeah, I think Spiky, Jack and White Africa could all be in trouble just from these last few cars running on track.
Oh, and well, Aqua Ninja's had his lap disallowed.
Oh.
He's going to be out of qualifying. 23rd Nebula, he was 4/10 up in the first sector.
Miss Upton is half a second up in sector 2 now and in sector 3, so looks like it's going to drop at least.
It's going to at least drop Spike.
Spiky
That'd
out
be a
of
surprise.
qualifying.
Goes out. He was looking easily the quickest this season. And Miss
The
Upton,
rest.
he doesn't improve.
He can't.
He goes up to 18.
Do it.
23rd
there
Nebula.
it is.
Look how close it is. They're not quite out of qualifying. Wow, Spiky survives.
Spiky will be rubbing his spikes thinking, thank God, I live another day.
Indeed, yes. The order then at the end of Q1, Kyle Maybon quickest from Missed Bowman, Drabby in third place, Maglock's fourth, JDM Culture in the second, Mercedes is fifth, Kai Wildy sixth, all those cars within a second. Great to see, and I've got again, always happens. The 23rd Nebula, I think we'll be disappointed about 16th on the grid. And he's not going any further. Noodle Neck, don't get his first race. He's in 7th. Was 7th in Q1. Molina Coach 8th as well. Good effort from him in the McLaren. Lewis in 9th. Steve Harris 10th. Ross 11th. Real Joker in 12th. White African in 13th. Jack Thompson makes it through. Good effort from him as well in the Haas in 14th. And Spiky just by the skin of his teeth, by 11 thousandths of a second, makes it into Q2. The car's out. 23rd Nebula, Aqua Ninjas, Missed Upston, Aaron Marr and Bailey with that qualifying ban. Those are the cars that will start at the back of the grid.
So
White African, anyone got a towel was getting a bit sweaty there. Mate, what you do in your own time's up to you. But anyway.
Anyone got so obviously this is where we expect people just to maybe press that gas pedal just a little bit harder. Is anybody going to crash and join me for an interview? Come on, boys. I don't want
you just want someone to crash.
But I do at the same time. No, I'd rather you didn't. I'd rather you all have a good qualifying, get through, and makes the race a bit more fun. But obviously, it happens.
And I was just going to ask you, do you think anyone's going to go for mediums for this Q2?
Straight away out this.
Or going out on the mediums? Miss Bowman, Spikey, JDM and Steve Harris all going out on medium tyres, it seems.
One is going to be the first one. Looks like it's going to be a Williams. Real joker. Certainly is. So I'll see on board with him. Ooh, I have demolished my coffee and not realised. So on the break.
So do you reckon then these guys on the mediums, if they can get through to Q3 then, do you reckon they can do a one-stop, make a one-stop work, medium to hards?
Medium to hards. It's going to require a safety car. 2. And obviously hoping that they're not one. It's the reason why the safety cars come out, but
yeah,
you can make it work and everybody else around you is going for a 2-stop and you're good at making your tyres fast. Yeah, I think a one stop is definitely going to be the underdog's game this evening.
And although with that, in terms of pace, etc., Steve on Thursday in the practice session, he had a full practice, 20 laps, something like that on the hard tyres, and he set his quickest lap on the 24th of them. So the hard tyres do seem to be holding on quite well once they are out there. So if anyone else saw that in practice, they might take that and try and go for
that's quite impressive. Did you say he set his fastest lap on the 24th lap of those tyres?
Yes. 23rd or 24th lap, something like that.
Pretty.
He was well over 20 laps that he set his quickest lap on.
That's pretty impressive because obviously they've already gone through their D-Deg stage, so he's already struggled on them and then brought them back to life at that. That's what I like about the hard tyres. They don't give up. They just keep going.
Oh, and there was a hat off. I'm not sure if he's letting people through or if he's spun. I think he might have been.
I think he's letting people through.
Yeah, both Haas cars are quite close together. I'm not sure which one went off.
Yeah, I
back out of his lap. Maybe just got caught up in traffic and has backed out of this lap.
Real Joker setting our first time, 1:27.664 on the softs. Who is next across the line with Lewis?
The medium tyres are. Steve Harris in the first session, he did a 1:27.9 in the first.
He's coming into the DRS zone now, so
and this time he does 28.2, so not too bad. And I don't know if
that's not much of a drop off. Yeah,
I don't know if he was maybe not completely pushing in the first session, but that's still not a bad lap time on the medium tyres. And at the moment, we've got a lot of cars going for mediums, not many going for soft tyres.
Yeah, well, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the softs, so that will leave 11 on the mediums. No? 9 on the mediums.
9 on the mediums.
My maths is terrible. but we got everybody on track apart from JDM.
Yeah, and you quite often see this though, don't you? You see cars trying to get through on the mediums as Kai does 1:27.8. But with them not being as quick as the soft, someone you might not expect can sometimes sneak through on the soft tyres. And someone you expect to be at the front gets knocked out because they tried to do qualifying on the mediums. So, can happen. Ross goes 4th. Sorry.
27.9. Yeah, we said this last week in qualifying actually about like some of the slower runners that really shouldn't be in Q3 that have decided, sod this, I'm sticking softs on because I want to be up with them boys. Oh, Mist has hit the wall in sector 2 and 3. That's him out or her out of qualifying.
Yeah, that's quite impressive. To hit all
That's
the
a
way
shame.
there, coming out of turn
Yeah,
13.
all the way over. I know how he's done it, or I know how they have done it, because I think I've probably done the same thing. You catch the curb, and then as you go to save it, it tank slappers you all the way across the other side, and you're just basically a passenger.
Yeah. So that's missed. So there you go. There you go, Ben. You can interview someone now. Get Miss Bowman in.
Me! I get an interview someone!
Meanwhile,
Do
Jack
that
Thompson
in,
on the soft tyres.
last
has
little
gone
bit.
7th on the 28.4. JDM is now out on track. So Miss Bowman, even if he does get through, and I doubt he will with that lap time that he produced, so he will be starting, I think, 15th on the grid. Grabby is on his lap now. He's also on the medium tyres. JDM is out on the softs.
I have sent my party invite.
And Drabby's getting a nice tow here off the back of, I think that's
Yeah.
Kyle Mabon or Ross. It's one of the two Renaults.
I think it's Kyle, because he's... No,
it's Ross.
no, it was Ross, yeah. Oh, P3, wow.
127.6. And again, look how close that is up there.
I don't think...
And Steve has gone off.
Come and join us.
Oh no, he was trying to get out of the way.
Wow. Kyle
120
Mabon.
That is a good lap time on the mediums.
27.24, beating 2 of the soft runners. That's must be low fuel. Give it absolutely everything.
Indeed, that is a very, very impressive lap time. Let's see what Spikey can do. Just made it through in Q1. And I think someone's hit the pit wall. As Jack
It's Bahas. Oh my god.
I think, did he do that in Australia as well?
He did.
Yeah. Second race
He is
in a row.
not. He's going to get disqualified for. Almost hits an Alfa Romeo. That's interesting.
Well, that's going to be an interesting one to sort out later on. But
Jeez.
Spikey in the AlphaTauri meanwhile, he's got up to 9th place on a 28.3. There's still only a second and a bit covering the top 10, which is still very impressive, given the mix of tyres that's going on up there. Real Joker's gone out now. He went out on soft before, didn't he? He's gone out on the same set of soft tyres.
He's gone out on the same set. Yeah. Meanwhile, JDM is out on a set of softs in Mercedes.
Yeah,
Double sector 1, but I think that's just personal because he hasn't set a lap time yet. But it's still looking like a good lap time at the moment. It's grabbing all the apexes. Beautiful. DRS is open down the back straight.
Yes, and let's see.
Still valid. Doesn't use hardly any of the curve through the right-hand turn. All the exits, which is really good.
Here we go. You've got Miss Bowman in now, Ben. Here you go.
Okay. Can you make sure your audio is included for me, please?
You go.
Very much. So missed, obviously, unfortunately for you, first one out of qualifying, but you made it through to Q2. Was it the case of you caught the curb and the car just decided to have a mind of its own, or?
No, just that left-hander really. It's not really good on medium traction.
No, it's even worse with it off. But we were wondering how your car got to the point of the track of where it was.
Yeah, just a lot of speed to be honest. Tried to correct myself, but just couldn't deal with it.
Your race strategy for the race, I can imagine, is try and keep out as much trouble as possible and work your way up the grid.
Yeah. But it is what it is, I suppose.
Yeah, there's nothing we can do about it, but let's just hope you do not make the same mistake again in the race.
Probably going to go on full traction for the race, to be honest.
Ooh, you can't do that. Come on.
Ugh.
Well, you can, it's up to you, but challenge yourself. It'll be okay. But thank you for joining us.
It's alright.
I hope you do have a good race.
Yep.
Right, so Real Joker is trying to improve his lap time on the same set of soft tyres. Now, the only thing is with doing this strategy, because of course whoever gets into the top 10 will have to start on these tyres so that they get their fastest lap in Q2. He's now putting extra laps on these tyres and not improving. And he was up in third place.
Are we talking about Joker here?
Yeah, it's a bit of an unnecessary thing. He's up in third place. I can't see him being dropped out the top 10 really. So unless he's going to pit and put another set of tyres on and try again, he seems to be putting in unnecessary laps on those tyres.
Yeah, there's no need, because if he's going to start on those, he's already going to be 2, 3, almost 6 laps deep on those tyres before the race even starts. Yeah, I don't quite understand that. Meanwhile, Carl Mayborn still P1 on the mediums. No one is taking it off of him just yet.
Yeah, very, very good lap time. Berliner Coach is out as well. He's 12th at the moment. And Jack Thompson's gone out this time on a set of soft tyre, medium tyre, sorry. He did his first one on softs. So that's an interesting strategy from him as well. Let's see what his first sector is. He's slightly up in the first sector, but I think the middle sector is where, and he's had his lap disallowed. I think the middle sector is where he would struggle with the harder tyre compound. So he's had his lap disallowed. Molina Coach has found over a second though, so he could be jumping well into the top 10 here. In fact, that kind of pace would put him up in third place.
Yeah, just in front of him. Right, we've got Madlocks. He was taking a lovely little toe off of Real Joker, so he's just about to say his laptop now and takes
26.5.
126.5. There we go.
And Molina Coach goes 4th.
You said he's jumped up the list as well, so it's still got Noodle Neck to come out. One of the Mercedes has come out. I'm not sure what it is. It looks like JDM. Yeah, to improve just a little bit more on a set of mediums.
And Steve Harris at the moment is in the bottom 5 and he's heading out to track as well.
Here we go, boys.
So, well, we have got Steve with us. Don't know if you could hear that, but he is with us and he's in the bottom 5. And just Steve, while you're on your out lap, obviously you're going to have a slightly different strategy now if you wanted to start the race on medium tyres. How is that going to affect your race?
I think I'm still going to go with the same game plan. I am expecting that safety car to come out. Practice knowledge, I know what the hard tyres can do. Lap 1, I'm comfortable taking the hards to the end. Lap 10 onwards, I'm comfortable with taking the hards to the end. So either way, it's okay. It's just a bit more scary being in the drop at the moment.
Yeah, indeed. Because I was saying to Ben, you did a very good long run on Thursday with those hard tyres. Those hard tyres seem to be hanging on quite well, don't they, for pace, even on quite old tyres?
Yeah, 100%. I've found that the hards I get along with quite well. Throughout, so it should be okay. Just need to keep an eye out on turn 11. Being a bit twitchy around there. So
currently got the Mercedes in front of you is just about to start his hot lap as well, so you're going to take a lovely little bit of toe off of him down this straight.
I really hope so. Ooh.
But we'll let Steve do his lap. I don't want to distract him too much, otherwise he'll probably shout at me. So
Spikey is coming out. P12. He's not happy about being in P12, so
that's going to be.
In fact, there's a few of them coming out now.
Yeah, it's going to be quite tough. I don't think anyone coming out now will get around. We've only got just over a minute to go. White African is on at a slightly better lap. He's in 10th position at the moment. Only 1,000 slower than JDM. Here comes White African across the line. And he moves up to 5th. So good lap from him at 27.6. And when lap times are this close, you can look like you're safe. Like Real Joker, we thought he might be a bit safe. But he's now dropped to 6th. He was up in 3rd not so long ago. And he's now dropped to 6th. So you can lose time and positions very, very quickly here with the lap times being so close. Spikey is going to start his lap. Jack Thompson. It's going to be tight for Jack Thompson.
Came out at the right time. Yeah,
it's going to be tight for Jack Thompson because he's only going down the back straight now. I don't think he's going to make it, to be honest. Noodle Neck hasn't come out the pits at all, so he's going to start in 15.
Pretty tight choice for him, though. Extra tyres for the race. Oh, and Jack. Oh, it's an outlap anyway. He's invalidated it, but it is an outlap. But he's not going to make it. He's got 7 seconds with a turn and a whole straight to go. He's a big Jack. He left just a little bit too late. And
Yeah,
meanwhile,
unlucky.
Steve's
Steve's gone second.
P2.
0.003.
He made it across the line in just enough time to even do another lap if he wanted. But I think he's going to save the tyre life. So, has Spikey... He's improved by almost half a second in Sector 2. Come on, Spikey. You can do it. You're only going to knock your teammate out of qualifying, but at least you're going to put yourself through.
Yeah, Kai Wildy, he'll be clenching, I think, at the moment, 10th position. He would be expecting to come back, or to comfortably get through. But can Spike
19 as it goes from the last
Kai's
turn.
out. JDM has improved.
Kai is out. So is he going to knock JDM out?
And Spike
yes,
goes fourth.
he does.
JDM is out there, but he's not improving. Drabby's improving, I think. He's 10th at the moment, but look how close it is in that midfield battle. It's unbelievably close. Can Drabby move himself up? He goes quickest.
He goes pole. How did he? What?
Wow, 1:26.3. That is a stunning lap time.
JDM, and he crosses the line and does not improve. It's unlucky for him.
Wow.
First one to be knocked out of qualifying. But where did that? What?
Well, he did say, as I said earlier, he did say he was going to be there or thereabouts on pace, and he's proven it again. Fastest in this session. And, wow. So the order there, Drabby quickest, Maglock second, Steve Harris third, Ross fourth, Spikey fifth, Kyle sixth, Lewis seventh, eighth for Molina coach. Good effort in his first ever race to get himself through in the McLaren. White African ninth and Real Joker in 10th. The 5 cars that are out, JDM 11th. Kai Wildy, I think, will be more shocked than anyone to be down in 12th position. I might try and get him in for an interview. Jack Thompson in 13th. Miss Bowman, we saw him and heard from him. He crashed out. He's 14th. Noodleneck didn't set a lap time and is 15th. So I'm not sure if they might swap those two around, I think. Possibly, as he crashed out. But,
No, because we'll start P14 and the guy will set no time will start P14.
right, okay, so there we go. Oh, we've got a migrating host. I hope that isn't going to ruin the session.
Next person in the list of
Well, we've left it up to them with that one. We got Kai in with us. Kai, just make sure your audio's included, mate. 12th on the grid. You were looking pretty good in practice. I know you tried to go through on the medium tyres. You must be disappointed with that.
Well, I like come out the pit lane with plenty of time to go. It's just I missed out on starting the lap on the softs by like less than a second. It happens. It happens.
But starting P12, you've got choice of tyre now for the start of the race. Do you think that will give you a slight advantage?
I wasn't really sure about the strategy, so yeah. I'll be thinking about it.
Yeah, a few different options.
I felt like I had the pace over my teammate a little bit as well. To be fair, but you know.
I'm very unlucky there, mate. And so what's your hopes now going through to the race? I mean, you were up there with the top 2 or 3 in practice on Thursday. Are you still going to try and aim for a podium finish, or are you just going to see what happens? I guess see what happens.
3 or top 5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
very unlucky, mate, and I hope you have a good race, and I hope to talk to you later on.
Cheers.
No worries. So we're into Q3. We're down to 12 minutes of this session, and it's promising to be a cracker, isn't it, Ben? Because all these lap times have been so close. Hello, Ben. I seem to have lost Ben from the session. But yeah, so the lap times have been so close throughout this qualifying session that it's going to be very, very close I think, for this qualifying session. Kyle Maybon's looked very quick. Steve Harris, I think, has still got a little bit more to give as well in there. Both Renaults are through. So the cars that are through, just to confirm, into Q3, Steve Harris, Real Joker, Lewis, Maglox, Melina Coach, Drabby, White African. So both Alfa Romeos are through. Kyle Maybon and Ross in the 2 Renaults, and also Spikey in the Alpha Tauri. Those guys have all made it through, and so the only 2 teams have got both their cars into the top 20. So it could be quite good for them in the Constructors' World Championship with Renault and Alfa Romeo. So let's have a look. Kyle Maybon is on a lap now, so is Drabby. And Drabby, I think, could be a bit of a dark horse, because as I said, he didn't take part in practice on Thursday. But as I said, he does seem as if he's got some pretty good pace. He said he thought he had some very good pace there, so. Who is going to be the first one to set a lap time? All cars are on track at the moment, and pretty much all of them are on their flying lap. In fact, White African is just about to start their flying lap now. So the first car going to be across the line is Real Joker. Look how close the Renault is behind him. Getting a lovely tow down to the last corner. So Real Joker now comes across the line. And he sets a 1:27.8, immediately beaten by Kyle Maybon on a 1:25.8. Lewis goes second. Steve Harris has had his lap disallowed. Drabby goes second. Here comes Spikey. He goes fourth on the 27.2. Ben, I can hear you again.
Yeah, sorry. I while you were doing your interview, I went and made a quick coffee. But I think I forgot to unmute my microphone to tell you.
That's all right, no worries. But look how close he is up at the front. Both of those 2 into the 1:25s, and Melina Coach goes 6th. I think he's made a mistake there, 1:29.5. So I think he's made a mistake there. Steve Harris has had his lap disallowed, his first run. Here comes Maglox. He goes third, 1:26.2.
Drabby in the Mercedes. He's going to need an ambulance for his lap time. All the 9s.
Indeed.
White Africa though. I'll send him an invite back.
And Ross goes 7th on a 27.9. And White Africa. So both Alfa Romeos have had their first lap disallowed. And White African has pitted, but Steve Harris has decided to carry on and do another one. Let's see what he can do. Well, 1:25.8. I said we could get into the 25s, and we certainly have. We've got 2 cars in there at the moment. And let's have a look what Steve can do. He does a 1:05.
Well, he's invalidated it again. He ran too much of that curve. Up came the red.
Unlucky there, Steve. So now everyone's going to be coming in. Just under 7 minutes to go.
Plenty of time to come back in. New boots, new fuel.
Yes, indeed.
A little bit of a slap round the face to wake him up, maybe.
Yeah, well, as he didn't pass, we can just insult him. That might spur him on a bit.
Yeah, that's it. See, if your next lap, you are just going to get insults thrown at you left, right, and centre. Every apex you miss, they're coming.
Expect them back.
Oh, I do always. No, we've got some good times. Very close.
It is, yeah. Just about 3.5.
P7, P8.
Yeah, very, very close in here. It's great, isn't it?
A good thing for. Yes, yeah, I like the close style race. I was just going to say, the only good thing for Alfa Romeo at this present moment in time is they have both of their drivers in Q1.
Yes.
No other team managed to do it.
Renault did.
So Oh shit! Yes, they did. Oops,
Yeah,
excuse
I
my
think
language.
you
Yeah,
said
they did.
that,
Carl.
yeah, I said they're both Renaults. Only
Yeah.
Renault and Alfa Romeo got both their cars
Oh, I
through.
missed that.
But everyone else, yeah, it is just one car of each. But it's good to see, though. It's great to see some different teams up there at the front. I mean, you would never have said that it would be a Renault from a Mercedes, from a Ferrari, from a Racing Point, from a McLaren, would you really, to be in the top 5 here? So it's great to see some different cars right at the front of the grid.
And especially having a Williams running in the Q3, you know, they would definitely be happy with that after the performance they've had over the last couple of years. And obviously,
Indeed.
I know we are running on equal, but it's still nice to see the Williams car there, though.
It is, yeah. I mean, I'm like you. I've always got a bit of a soft spot for the Williams team, and I really hope.
I love Williams.
Yeah, I really hope they can get themselves back up. I know they're not quite the same anymore.
Ooh.
They're not the family-run team that they were, but
Maybe that's exactly the direction that Williams needed. Maybe having it as a family-run team, maybe was the reason where the issue lied. Now they've got this brand new sponsor and they're not family-run. Maybe they're going to be a good team.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, definitely. I mean, they were the last true privateer team, really, weren't they, Williams? And when you think and to last as long as they did. When you think of the other privateer teams over the years, Tyrrell was one of them, Brabham was another one. They all sort of died out sort of 90s, and they lasted to what, last year. So they did remarkably well to last as long as they did.
If I remember, I know they're still keeping Claire on board for some. I can't remember the reasons why, but she's still got some role within the team, hasn't she? It's not like they've just taken over and gone like bye, like shown you the door.
It'll be the non-executive role, like Lauda had in Mercedes.
Yeah.
There
I don't know
executive
what
role.
your view on it as well, Ben, but I think they were unnecessarily harsh to Claire Williams. She came in at a difficult time and did the best she could.
Yes.
And it was just Williams from a couple of years ago was not on the speed, but I mean, she didn't build the car at the end of the day. That's down to the staff.
No. She was obviously no one really knew what. So to drag it along and even still get some performance out of the car, definitely is an achievement and a half. Wow, Steve, purple sector 2.
I think as well losing the Rocket partnership this year as well, I think cost them badly.
Yeah, well, yeah, money side, yes.
That money.
Yeah.
Lewis, by the way, has improved.
Hey ho.
He remains in 4th.
Oh, he was on that button.
Oh,
Meanwhile,
Joker's
Steve
pitting.
is
Now, does he have
in
enough
the
time?
DRS.
Steve
Goes
goes third.
P3, 126.1.
Now, Real
I've got
Joker
enough, I think.
has pitted. He did go out on a brand new set of soft tyres, but he has pitted. So he obviously invalidated his lap somewhere. It's going to be a tight turnover for him to get back out again. White African's on a lap as well. And so
They lost a little bit of time running one of those curbs. It just couldn't get it was moving, but you could just see the traction just wasn't gripping. Wants to stay off some of those grippy sort of exit curbs.
Yeah.
They are not. He's gone very deep, very deep.
And Spikey is improving by about a third of a second at the moment. He's 7th. This might just move him up to knocking on for 5th place here if he improves. Right, he goes 6th, not far off.
He was knocking on the door for sure.
He certainly was very, very close. Just 15 thousandths off the pace. Let's see what Africans can do. Yellow flag in sector 1. I think that's just someone getting out of the
I
way.
think Africa bailed on his lap. He's got no ERS activated. He's just driving it around. Oh, it's on now, so I'm guessing this is going to be the hot lap.
Yeah, I hope so for him. Maglocks is coming through as well. Carl Maybon and Drabby have both gone back out as well. Ross has gone out, and he will be okay. He did just about have enough time to get
Is
that
he the
out.
one
Melina
that
Coach
is in
and
the
Real
front?
Joker, they're not going to get out in time. Neither is Lewis, and Steve is back in the pits. So he is done as well. He is 3rd at the moment. So let's see if anyone...
Steve will be, fingers crossed, hoping that nobody actually does pull out some super laps.
Yeah, I think
The
I
Renault
think
boys
Steve will be very
laying
happy
the
with
toe.
third on the grid, though. I've got to say, 126.1, not far off the top. So I think he'll be very pleased. Let's see
Yeah,
what
it's an impressive position. Starts clean side of the grid as well for him. So
as Thurston said, yeah, I think he'll be hoping he stays there.
yes.
Both Renaults are on a lap. Kyle Maybon.
Yeah, I was looking at Ross.
He's slightly off in the first sector. Ross has found 0.4 of a second.
Yeah, they look like they are playing the toe game. They are in that range, and Ross is definitely going to benefit down the straights.
He's not going to get around in time.
No, he's not. Is he going to hold up Madlocks though? Because Madlocks is behind him on and out of that.
Oh, when Ross goes deep. Sorry, Ross goes deep into turn 10.
Yeah.
Very, very deep indeed. White African coming through now to complete his lap.
He is now.
He's going to put in
Out of
teammates up in
VRS.
third.
Oh, B10.
And 128.0. He stays in 10th position.
Bang on the 128s.
Yeah. That's you very rarely see that, do you? Ross has found 3/4 of a second, and Madlocks goes quickest. 125.841.
Wow.
Madlocks takes pole position. That will shock Kyle. Kyle coming into the last couple of corners now. He is a fraction up in the middle sector. Can he improve? He does. 125.
He does. And he does. And Ross is coming across the line as well now. He takes P7 with a 126.9.
And Drabby's on a lap.
Just
He's improved
Drabby
in the
in
first
P3.
sector, and he's a fraction up in the middle sector. I don't think it's going to be enough to take pole though, unless he finds a 10th and a half or so in the final sector.
Find an extra turbo from somewhere.
Yeah, he's going to be
It's all
tight.
to do with this last turn. Oh, he threw it in early. Had to recorrect. Still had some speed on it though.
125.99 so far. Can he improve and take?
He does. 982. I think that's all that. As he flashed across the line. Oh,
He stays third.
Still third.
Stays in third
That was
position.
close.
Well, you've got to say, I mean, these lap times are incredibly good. Kyle Maybon takes his second pole position in a row. Maglocks in second. Just stole the show from him for a second. But he does start second.
Yeah.
Drabby in third. Steve now, he will be starting on the dirty side of the track. He's in fourth place. Lewis fifth. Spikey in sixth in the Alpha Tauri. Ross in seventh in the second Renault. Molina Coach in eighth. Real Joker in ninth. And White African in 10th. But you've got to say still, I mean, a second covering, the top six. That is super, super close. And Ross and Molina Coach not too far behind either. So very, very close at the top. We got
There is
What's
that
that way?
positive.
we got Kyle in again.
Don't worry, Kyle, you'll crash out.
Been in the race, innit? Exactly, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Oh, I messed up. First sector so
Make
bad.
sure your
didn't I?
audio's
Yeah,
included. Make sure
Oh,
everyone can hear you, mate.
Yeah, it is. I've done it.
Yes, yes.
Ooh. Jesus. Do I get my
Follow
this
that.
time? Or do I need to rush?
Wow.
No, you should be. There is a break.
Yeah, you got a few. Well, as long as nobody ready's up this time. But yeah, pole position for the second
that's it.
race in a row.
Yeah.
You must be pleased with that. But Maglos really stole it from you there, didn't he?
He did. See, I was very tense in the first sector. I was very slow in the first sector, but thankfully I brought it back just by enough.
What did it feel like when you're obviously coming around on your last lap and you see that someone's robbed your pole position and you're like, damn!
Yeah, I saw it went fast. I was like, oh god, by how much? Because I'm not improving by a lot. But it was good he didn't improve by much, so I was like, oof. Quick save. Quick save.
It was a brilliant pole position time.
Thanks, mate.
I
I will try
should
transform
really
this
let
one
you-
into a podium.
Yeah, I was just going to say, watch
So, yeah,
out
come
for
on,
safety
you-
cars
podium
this
for
week,
the-
mate. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, can we turn safety cars off for the next?
No.
Let's think about this for a sec. No.
No.
I'll tell you what,
True.
pay me
True.
£1,000 and I'll think about it.
That can be arranged, mate.
Okay. That'd be good.
Ooh.
£1,000 up, and I still won't turn it off. But anyway,
Yeah.
have a good race, Kyle.
Wait.
And
Thanks,
I
mate.
will
Thank you.
hopefully talk to you later on if you don't crash out again.
I'm trying. I'll have that in the back of my head. Need to get a podium, but Matt can talk to me again. That'll
If
be
you
my
want to talk to
motivation.
me, you've just got to ask me. You don't have to keep setting pole position. Right, but yeah, have a good
Right, man,
race,
see you
mate. I'll
later.
talk to you later on.
Alright, see you, man. So, bye. Yep.
So, well, that was a close qualifying there, Ben, wasn't it? And it's setting
that
itself
was-
up for a cracking race.
The thing is, can he keep it all under control under the pressure? Because he hit pole last week and he got a good start, but obviously he didn't have the best result he wanted. So hopefully this week he can keep it a bit more under control. But it's what we should have offered him, right? Is if he wins, we'll turn the safety car off for a race of his choice.
No.
That would have been obviously
That
no,
would've made it
not at
far
all.
too more interesting.
Yeah, but
why
it makes you wonder
life
though.
easier? It's more fun this way.
Yeah, what track would he turn safety car off on? Because it wouldn't be Monaco or Baku, because you want the safety car to help you there.
Yeah, very, very true.
It doesn't matter. It'll be him that causes a safety car anyway.
Yeah,
on, what-
probably.
on the one that he set off.
So, Steve, you're in the party. Let's have a quick chat with you. Fourth on the grid. Are you happy with that, or did you think there was a little bit more?
I'm happy with it. Yeah, I'm as happy as I can be at the moment. It's a bit of a squeeze getting into Q3, so can't really complain, and I just hope that someone gets caught up and my strategy comes into play. But if not, there is a backup. Yeah, we would getting the points for Alfa Romeo. Yeah, as long as I don't get penalties, that's an extra point as well. So
Yeah, and
That's it, yeah.
yeah, definitely. And I mean, you've helped me set this league up. I mean, it's great to see, isn't it, with how close this league is on our second race.
yeah, it really is. But yeah, the pace that everyone's got and the incidents haven't been like too sky high either. It could always be a lot higher. Yeah, I think it's going very, very well, and we've got some interesting news coming very soon as well. If that looks at the group chat.
Well, I'm sorry, I've been busy for the last sort of hour.
All right, I've sat in here. Right.
Oh, right, yes. We do have some very exciting news, yes. Steve's pregnant, and it's
Cool.
mine.
Well, that's not exciting. That's a little bit disturbing, but we'll go with that. Yeah, okay.
Right.
But Steve, though, you were obviously lucky that you only got pushed one position down the grid. You're starting on the dirty side of the line, but you do have the inside line for turn 1 and 2, so you've got that to your advantage if you can grab some slipstream off of the boys in front of you.
Yeah, my race starts haven't been like perfect recently, but like I said, yeah, I don't mind dropping a couple of places, just as long as I don't get caught up in anything. It should be a good race. One of my most consistent tracks, just because the amount of practice we put in. But yeah, it should be okay. It should be a fun one if I do crash out to watch as well.
I'll definitely keep my eyes on the interval board to see if you're close for battles for that opportunity then. We are just waiting for the final officials to say the word go. Our first evening race of the season. I like the nighttime races. The cars look very beautiful under the shiny lights, especially for anybody that is actually playing this in full 4K.